This is the third episode of Naked and Loretta, dog right here. Hold on, come buddy, go. But maybe you can see his ears. See his ears? Oh, there's his ears. So what I'm going to talk about today is I'm going to answer a question. A couple of people have asked me what I meant by a hyper-aware state. I was at UVA the morning of my surgery, and they were giving me they were going to give me a local anesthesia. And they do this by giving you with a needle. And they told me that it might hurt and to let them know if it hurt because they would give me anesthesia to deaden the pain. And I'm like thinking, they think I'm an old woman and that I'm just going to be a wimp. So I was pretty determined not to be a wimp. But anyway, so you couldn't see the needle, you couldn't see... I didn't know how big the needle was. I didn't know anything was about it. So I was laying there and I'm like thinking, it's just a needle, it's just a needle, it's just a needle. And so, I could feel this pressure. I felt the needle go in and my pressure, like a lot of pressure. And the nurse said, well, how are you doing? And does it hurt? And I'm like, no, it doesn't really hurt, but it feels like my knee's going to blow up. And they were like, oh, well, that's okay. That's okay. Her knee's going to blow up, and that's not a problem. And I'm like thinking, okay, it's not a problem. But it really felt like my whole knee was going to explode. So I sat there, and then I was like, oh my, I'm feeling something over on the inside of my knee. Could anything be wrong? And they were like, oh, no, that's just where the needle is right now. And I'm like, oh, okay. So they took it out and they finished. And I looked over at the nurse and I said, well, how'd I do? And she said, oh, you did really well. We've never had anybody make it through that procedure without anesthesia before. A couple of times when I was rehabbing after my surgery, there were 3 times. I would just be walking, doing something, and I'd have a very clear picture of what my ACL graft looked like at that time. Kind of helped me determine what I was able to do and not. When I was developing exercises, I mentioned this also in the first video, I could feel all the little teeny parts all through my knee and my leg. I had a hamstring repair. So now I have a piece of dead tissue going through the center of my knee, grafted into the bone on either end to stabilize my knee. And that's what I've got. And so I have a dead space, a dead spot. And so what became really important to me were to activate and to sensitize everything little, everything minute, all around your knee. To get that all working and functioning at a more sensitive level, to talk to you, my knee talking to me when I'm doing stuff, so to know what's good, what's bad, what's right. Well, that's it for today. Episode 4, I'm going to talk a little bit about my meniscus healing because that's the one thing I haven't talked about, and that was the thing that wasn't supposed to happen. And because I know you're so interested, I'm going to show you what I'm doing today. Yep. Working on the paddock. Always I'm working on the paddock. See my stone down there? Hey, have a great day.